A year ago, Konami released an announcement that they would be making a pre-order scheme for a very special piece of hardware. That special piece of hardware being the the PC Engine Mini. So, is it any good? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to Re-enthused. And yes, we are indeed looking at this thing, a machine which a lot of people have been waiting for over a year since the pre-order started. I didn't. It was fully my intention to buy the Japanese one because I prefer the Core 2 graphics, which is what that one's based on. But I forgot. I never got around to it. So, I mean, I could have at any time, but at that point there was no point. These were available. So I literally, this might make a few people that have been waiting for this for a year a bit sick. I literally ordered this yesterday and it arrived today. Thank you, Amazon Prime. So yeah, this is, in the UK at least, an Amazon exclusive. I think in America as well. Not so in Japan. It's available in lots of places. Unfortunately, I do have a boxed Core Grafx somewhere. I can't find it though. I can find the Core Grafx, but not the box. But I do have a boxed Core Grafx II, and the boxes were fairly similar, other than obviously for the lots and lots of glare. Let's take some. Let's do that. There we go. That's much better. And you can see, based on this, that they're very similar box designs. They've done a very good job with the box design. Other than the extra bit of regulatory stuff that they have to add in nowadays, it's basically the same. It's got the HE system there for Hudson. Yeah, obviously this bit here has changed slightly, but you know, it's a much smaller box. But the way they position the consoles and the stylizing of that, it's all the same, which is really, really good. So if we obviously no NEC symbols, but we'll get onto that in a minute. If we go to the actual looking at the box, you can see the difference in size is pretty big. Although there's a reason for that. Outside of the size of the consoles. The actual consoles are not that much smaller, but we'll get to that in a second. Now, the Americans had the TurboGrafx rather than the PC Engine, so they got this fella. I really apologise for the light there. Slightly annoying, but anyway. So, so they got the much bigger, this version of it, which will look like this, although again smaller than this original one. This is technically the one, of course, we should have got, although the PC Engine was never actually, or even the TurboGrafx, officially released in the UK, outside of a couple of test markets. It was released in Europe, and this indeed is a French TurboGrafx that I have here. So this was the model that was destined to be released in the UK had that happened. So I'm really glad we got this instead. I'm glad they made that decision, because I do much prefer this original model, because there's no reason for this being as big as this. It was just because they listened to the old marketing tripe that bigger sells better. I don't think that would have been the case. But anyway, open this up and take a look at it and compare it to my actual Core Grafx model. This is technically an unboxing, right? So so let's do the whole thing on camera. I've undone this flap because it's got one of the annoying little in flaps. It's got a little semicircle there to help you pull the box out, which is always appreciated. And here we are. Well, a nice little manual there. I'm guessing that's mostly regulatory stuff. It's in several languages. So yeah, fair enough. It's just basic information. Makes sense. Oh, so this will be the machine itself, which is incredibly light, very light. Unsurprising again, it's just going to be an ARM board inside there. So yeah, we've got the big old Konami label, which I'll talk about in a minute. And there's the machine. It's just a pretty good rendition. So here's the original. You can see the size difference is not huge. But they've got that. They've even got, there's that. Hold on. Let's try something. Hey! Okay. So, although obviously this doesn't take U cards, it still has the lock that comes out when you turn the machine on. I really appreciate that. That's really nice. This has, of course, got that, but this was to lock the actual Hue cards in place so they couldn't be removed when the power was on. So, that's really appreciated. Now, this is kind of an interesting little factoid. So, two USB sockets, obviously, for the USB controllers, which would make this the first ones to have two joystick ports, because, of course, all the others had one. I think that's true of all of them. I think that's true of the Sharp Twin and the television as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So this would be the first PC Engine released with 2 joystick ports, which is interesting. Normally they rely on the turbo tap to give extra controllers. Right, we take off the expansion back thing, which is, I really appreciate being there, though that's going to be very easy to lose. You see the original also has that, but this is literally a big old expansion port in the back, if you've never seen a PC Engine before. So I appreciate it exists, but yeah, it's going to be easy to lose. And in the back there we have the USB power socket and also HDMI connector. That's really, really nice. I really like that. That's really good. Oh my word. Even down to having the screws in the same place next to the little standoff feet. And even though it says Konami, that's the regulatory stuff's in the same place. Right, let's get on to this thing then. Yeah, so the whole Konami thing. Well, although it was NEC which sold and made, sold and distributed the PC Engine and TurboGrafx, the actual hardware licenses and most of the software were owned by Hudson Soft. They developed the original design and effectively went to NEC and said, look, we can't build this. Can you build it? And NEC decided to. So Konami came along a few years later and actually bought Hudson Soft and all the things they owned. And so that's the reason why they're the ones releasing this rather than NEC, because NEC no longer have any rights to it. Which is, yeah, it's a kind of a fascinating area of things. Right, well, that's the machine, which is beautiful. I will say that. It looks really, really nice compared to the original one. So let's have a look at the controller. Well, it's right. The controller is the right one, which is really nice. So, yep, I've got this one here, which I'll just unravel so we can see it properly. So, yeah, so here's the original one next to it, and that's pretty damn close. They look nice. They've got the auto fire, which is always good. All those are in the right place. Obviously, slightly thinner control sticks, but again, the regulatory and manufacturing information is in the same place. Okay. Well, it's all right. It's okay. I will say this feels this bit feels a little bit spongier than the original. These feel snappier though, so I think in all it probably adds up in the end. It doesn't feel too bad. We'll try it out though, obviously when we play some games. We'll know then. So what else is in the box? This bit, how do we get this bit out? Oh, hold on, first of all there's this, which is just a USB power lead. I'm guessing there's no power brick because they never supply a power brick anymore, which is kind of fair enough, everyone's got them. What's going to happen when everything goes USB-C though, I don't know. Okay, that's not how you undo that. How do you actually get to this bit without ripping anything is what I'm trying to do. Oh, okay, the whole thing just lifts up, fair enough. Oh, an HDMI cable. You know what, that's appreciated. Not everything supplies an HDMI cable now. It's not branded anyway, it's just an HDMI cable. That's fine though. That's nice of them to include one. Right. So, I say let's put it together and we'll actually see how the games go. I'm expecting it to be fine, I'll be honest. Because why wouldn't it be? It's that PC Engine emulation has been very, very good for a long time now, so it's going to be hard for them to mess up. Oh, we can look at the games, I guess, because there are lists of games on the back of the box. So there's been a lot of comment about these games, and I feel a lot of it has been because of a need to complain about it, which is a bit odd because I think the list of games is pretty good. Right, so there you go. They're split into two. You've got this big section here, which are PC Engine games, a lot of which are going to be in Japanese, but for the most part of these games, apart from, yeah, Snatcher's a bit of a weird inclusion on that because Snatcher is very, very dialogue heavy. A fantastic game though, but just get it on the Mega CD if you've got the option. And down here, the TurboGrafx 16 ones, which will be in English because the only other markets obviously being France and Spain, really. So America had most of the games. So yeah, it's a really good list of games. Now, one of the comments I saw was that the PC Engine was really shooter heavy. Like vertical and horizontal shooter heavy, and so that's, you know, if you didn't like those, you wouldn't really like this. That's rubbish. I mean, yes, there are a lot of games on the PC Engine. A lot of the best games are vertical and horizontal shooters, but there was a lot of variety as well, and this has a lot of variety in it. Yeah, there are a lot of shooters. Again, yeah, there were a lot. But things like Apparai Gateball, which is a really fun little game. The Kung Fu is definitely a different kind of game. Not a great game. Yeah, Snatcher, although it's going to be hard to play if you don't read Japanese, it's still a really genuinely great game. And obviously Bonk, or as they're called here, PC Engine, a fantastic platforming scroller, really good. Dungeon Explorer is a really nice top-down game, really nice RPG style game, very, very good. Obviously Daikamaru, which is Ghosts and Goblins, Ghosts and Ghouls, one of the two. But anyway, it's fantastic game, and actually one of the ones for the Super Graphics, which is really interesting. It's there, and obviously Rondo of Blood, which is the Castlevania, probably one of the best of the 8/16-bit Castlevania games. Again, not a shoot 'em up. Alien Crush, if you're into pinball games, especially digital ones, it's a very, very good one. I'm not particularly, but it's still very good. Dungeon Explorer again. So there are some doubles on the English front, but that's fine. It's good to have those in English. Motor Roader, a very good racing game. Power Golf, if you're into golf, it's a very good golf game. Victory Run, a very good racing game. Military Madness is a kind of like a quasi strategy thing. It's also, again, very, very good. Ninja Spirit, it's a good kind of a fighty, scrolly game. And Bomberman, obviously, which is Bomberman. And it's brilliant. Oh yeah, and New Adventure Island, which, you know, it's a fantastic little game. One of the Alex Kidd style games. So yeah, it's a great selection of games. It really is. I would argue that this is probably the best of them all. The only one coming close to competing with it being the Sega's one. I personally, and bearing in mind I am a huge PC Engine fanatic, I would say this is probably the best selection of games from any of the Star Mini consoles out there. But anyway, we will play them. We'll see how they play. Like I say, I'm not expecting any problems because PC Engine emulation has been very, very good for a very long time. But we'll play them and see what they're like. We'll try to do. I don't think we'll get through all of them, but we'll do a couple of minutes on a few of the main ones anyway, if nothing else. Right. See you in a bit. Right, so, okay, the first one we get is a language choice. So, we're going to go for English, obviously. Ooh, and look at that. That's very nice. That's a nice menu. So, yeah, these are basically, if you haven't never seen actual PC Engine games, they come in basically dual boxes most of the time, although some of the other releases came in more like CD, DVD style cases. But these look pretty realistic. So yeah, it's got all of the front covers on. That's really cool. And I know there's a way we can change our region. Is it in settings? Do we change the Japanese? Is that what happens? Because I don't know how to read Japanese, so that doesn't seem to have done anything. Right. Random selection could be there. Oh, right, there we go. So we choose that. So now if we go back, no, we don't get. Or are they all there? I don't know. You know what? It's my first time trying it, so I'm not sure. Oh, select console. There we go. It's literally got a thing there saying select console. There we go. So that switches to the PC Engine. That's very, very cool. I like that a lot. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll go through the TurboGrafx 16 games because they'll be the easiest. And we'll just quickly do a couple of minutes on each one and maybe a couple from the PC Engine. Anyway, right, so let's go into the first one. Oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Right, and so they're in... Yeah, so that they're in 4x3 with a bit of stuff around the side to make up the space. So that's pretty cool. So that's the original format they'd have been in. Right, now do I remember how to play this? Yes, I do. There we go. Right. So yeah, so this is Alien Crush. It's a pinball game. I'm not a huge fan of pinball, full stop, let alone digital. So it's not a great game for me, but it's a beautiful little game, and it's even somebody who doesn't like pinball can appreciate it. Right, how do we get out? Oh, there you go. You push both buttons together. So you push select and run together, and you get out. Fair enough. It was the obvious thing. Oh, and that's okay. So that's you can do save and load points. That's really, really nice as well. So if we go to return to menu, yes. Excellent. Now back into settings again. So is there a way of changing? Yeah, there we go. So there's lots of different settings. So that's what we're on now. That's slightly zoomed in. That's zoomed out. I guess that's pixel perfect. There's stretched, and yeah, I mean, no, definitely that one. Okay, that's pretty cool. I really like that. CRT fill. Oh, is that lines? I'm not a big fan of those, but we'll turn them on. Okay, so that's really cool. Lots of different options. Right, let's go to a game I really do like, Blazing Lasers. I'm not very good at it. I'll warn you that before we start. I really love that little animation. Oh, they've made lots of really, really good tiny things in this that just add up to a brilliant product. Oh, look at that, wonderful. Right, there we go then. Push the run button. Yeah, basically the run button is the start button, again, if you've never used a PC Engine. Right, now, that was the wrong button. Now, the good thing with... Oh, by the way, the controller feels... it's fine. The actual crosspad, not great compared to the original. It's okay, though. It's fine, but it's not great. Now, the thing is, of course, obviously, TurboFire is something you really need. This has got it built in, this game. But the one thing that the PC Engine did have was built-in TurboFire. So you've got a little switch that you can turn on. Now, it's on here, so I'm assuming it does something, right? If I turn it on now... Oh, yeah, that really speeds it. Yeah. Oh, that's really good. So, yeah, so the TurboFire works as well. Fantastic. And this looks beautiful. This really does. I'm really, really impressed. I'm kind of confused by some of... Because, I mean, it's mostly been positive about this, but there's been some bad reviews, and I just don't understand why. As a PC Engine fanatic, this seems really good to me. Don't know. I mean, unless the people that have... I honestly don't know. I don't know why people would pull this down. It's really nice. It's quite cheap comparatively. If you take like the number of games and everything into account, it looks really nice. It's well built. It feels sturdy. It resembles the original console really closely. Although I think they definitely tried to make it smaller rather than needed to make it smaller, because obviously the original PC Engine was already tiny. But yeah, the menu system's really nice. It seems fluid. It seems fast. I'm not feeling any real lag. So yeah, I'm slightly confused by people who wouldn't like this. It's really, really good. You know, already, and I realise I've only played 2 games so far, but the other games are going to have to be pretty bad for me to change my mind. I would say this is the best of the Star Mini ones out there. I mean, I've only had limited time on some of the others. I didn't bother buying any of the other ones, although I might still get the Mega Drive one. Actually, I probably still might get, if I can pick one up, one of the Nintendo ones. But yeah, I would say this is, from my play on the others, again, bear in mind limited play on the others, this for me is the best one, the best of the mini consoles. They've got this spot on. I'm going to admit, a year ago I was worried. Konami have not had the greatest of names in the games world recently, and when I knew that they were doing this, I was a little concerned. But you know what? They've knocked it out of the park, as far as I'm concerned. Is it worth £99? Yes. You know what? I'll say yes. You can just about now, if you shop around, you can just about get a PC Engine for £99. But a lot of these games that are on here, you wouldn't be able to get. And plus some of them are CD ones, so you'd also would have to get the CD system as well, and that substantially increases the prices. It's got a really good selection of games. They've not taken the easy option either. They've got a few challenging games on there, but ones that are worth playing when you get used to them. And they yeah, I mean, they seem to play really well. I need to move on to the next game. I'm playing this. This is the problem. This is one of my favourite games, and I just get really, really, really engrossed in it. Yeah, we need to go back because otherwise I'm going to play that one forever. I'll probably have to cut loads of that out, but okay. Right, Dungeon Explorer. This is a challenging game to get into because it's a role playing game, so you know it takes a while. Oh, look at that! It's so PC Engine was capable of such beautiful graphics. I just want the one, just the one. Come on. So here we go, yeah, so this is Dungeon Explorer. It's a really, really pretty role-playing game. Well, I guess action role-playing game. Yeah, a beautiful game, and again, it seems to play really well. I've got no problems with movement. Yeah, the control pad at the moment is my least favourite thing. The D-pad's a bit sharper than the original one, and it's a bit spongier, and it's not as nice, but it's not terrible by any means. I've certainly used worse on official controllers. Yeah, challenging game, this one. I'm not particularly into it. In fact, I don't remember how to play. Oh, you know what? First of all, remember to turn auto fire off, because I'm pretty sure this affects this game. Yeah, it's a bit of a... I think if you're into it, basically. Yeah, come on, go. Yes, come on. Right, I think button 2 is accelerate. Yes, button 2 is accelerate. You know, it's fine. It's basically a top-down thing, but what happens is once you get left behind, you're kind of zapped in. It's a bit like Micro Machines, but it's just not as good. Oh, yeah. And you've got it's weird controls. I think you can change the controls, but yeah, it's not a great game. I think probably the worst on the console. Anyway, on to the next one. It's worse on the mini console, not on the console. There are worse games on the PC Engine. Okay, Power Golf. It's a golf game. Yeah, go on, let's just zap through all of this. Oh, no, I missed that by a long way. But it's a nice, it's a pretty golf game, especially for the era it came out in. Yeah, it's nice. It's a golf game. It's nice. It's worth playing. I'm not particularly into golf, but it's still a good game. Well, it's R-Type. I mean, okay, we'll go into it, but it's R-Type, and it's a very, very good port of R-Type. Is this R-Type complete, or is this R-Type 1? So, because of the size of the hue cards, they split R-Type up into two hue cards, two games, R-Type 1 and R-Type 2, and then they released the CD version, which was R-Type complete and had everything in one. So I don't know which one this is. It doesn't say complete on the thing, so I suspect it's R-Type 1, which is a weird inclusion. But yeah, it's fantastic. It's a really, really good port of R-Type. Do remember not to have auto fire on when you're playing this game, because you won't be able to do the power-up charges otherwise. Die. If you've never played R-Type, you really should. It's a brilliant shoot-em-up. It's always good to have him in the back here because, yep, you just do that and you don't get hit. Yeah, great game. Okay, so this is a much better driving game. I mean, you know, in my opinion, obviously. Oh, I got parts. Great, so I'll just do gears, tyres, some in engine, some in brakes, suspension, probably more in tyres so we can get around corners. Right. Which one's accelerate? Oh, that one. That one. There we go. Gears. Gear. It's a brilliant game. Look at it, the suspension, the kind of undulating roads and the sensation of speed is just brilliant. It's a great game. It really is. Again, I need to stop playing because otherwise I'll keep playing this because it's a very good game. Quickly drop to the PC Engine. I love that effect as well. Oh, the presentation on this is astonishing. It's brilliant. So, yeah, a lot of the games are the same. You'll see his little volume numbers. That's because the first few games had a volume number on them. That's another Super Graphics game. It's terrible. What do we want to do? You know what? We want Castlevania. We'll play Castlevania because it's a really, really good version. Yeah, so, that is brilliant. It's a CD game, so yeah, so it puts in the Super CD card, which you need to play CD games. Just the attention to detail and the little touches are just beautiful. Okay, Stage 0 prologue, finally. There is a lot of unskippable stuff, so there's a load of unskippable stuff before you enter in your name, and then there's a bunch of unskippable stuff after you enter your name. Oh, give me the no finger. Interesting. How beautiful is this? Oh, didn't avoid that. Come and face me, damn you. Nope. But look how beautiful this game is, and this, the PC Engine really deserved just way more love in the West than it got. We could have had this game, which I would still argue is better than any of the other versions of Castlevania from the era. Right, now we're in the manner proper. But yeah, look how nice this is. Oh, that was pure instinct. Which I'll admit, I didn't think I had any more. This is such a beautiful game. Jump barrels. There we are. Have some whip. There we go. Beautiful. It really is. Right. Anyway. I kind of did this bit earlier, but we'll do it again now. Some hate on this game. Don't know why. It's on this machine, sorry. Don't know why. I would think it's one of the best of the Star Mini consoles that have been released, personally. I rate it really, really highly, and I think it's definitely worth £99. It's a fantastic bundle of games. Yeah, not all of them are winners. They're certainly not for everyone. There are a lot of shoot 'em ups in there because, yeah, the PC Engine did have a lot of really good shoot 'em ups. But there's also a lot of games like this which were fantastic in their own right and weren't shoot 'em ups. So, yeah, I would say best lineup of any mini console. It's really well built. It works really well. There's no particular lag that I'm feeling, especially because I'm running this through my capture device as well. And it's coming off in a monitor, which has got its own weird conversion thing going on as well. So, yeah, well worth a buy. As a PC Engine fanatic, I'm really, really pleased with this. It's just a genuinely good machine. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like. If you really enjoyed the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't enjoy the video, then leave a comment below and probably give it a downvote as well, I imagine. Don't forget to share the channel as well. And also follow our Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Re-enthused, and I will see you next time.